Good afternoon and welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden. We look out over the lovely North Harbour, the first ever pedestrian shopping street, Kullagatan. The City Hall will catch your eye, finished in 1897. Was designed by a 26-year-old Alfred Helleström at the time. Plenty of sporting venues also found here, one being the Olympia Rink, this week hosting the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. It will be Sweden playing Russia in the women's semi-final, 2 versus 3 game. We will meet the teams for you this afternoon. For Sweden, at lead Sofia Marbergs, second Agnes Nockenauer, third Sara McManus, and team skip Anna Hasselborg. For Russia, at lead, Ekaterina Kuzmina. At second, Galina Arsenkina. At third, we find Maria Komarova, and team skip for Russia, Alina Kovaleva. The round-robin standings, we see before us Switzerland and Russia finished at 8-1, Sweden and Scotland at 7-2. Those 4 teams making it through to the semi-finals. So we will see both the semi-finals being played this afternoon. Scotland will take on Switzerland. We'll keep you up to date on what happens there as well. It's pretty simple, really. The winners of the semi-finals will join in the gold medal game. The losers will play for bronze. As the team's just getting ready. They've had their pre-game practice, lots of fans in for this one now. Playoff stages, lots of friends and family from Sweden. Being in Sweden, the home team will have extra support. I'm Sander Rovag, joined by Rona Howie. Good afternoon to you. Excited?
Good afternoon, yes. 2 great games lined up here for semi-finals.
Just waiting for the go-ahead here. Sofia Marbergs. Russia will have last stone on virtue of their ranking, coming in as second. Did play each other in the last round-robin game. That game was won by Russia. It was essentially a game to win the last stone advantage and have the choice of rocks. And I think we were actually just waiting for Hasselborg to make it back. So, with the skip in place, I think we are ready to get this semi-final going. Sweden will throw the red rocks. Russia will play the yellow stones. You call them rocks or stones, Rona? I feel like that's a debate as well.
It is. Stones is what they are. Rocks is more a Canadian-American term.
I cater to the whole world, Rona.
You're very flexible.
Sofia Marbergs will start. Lead for Sweden. 26 years old. 2 very young teams out there this afternoon. Seemingly the trend, teams getting younger and younger. Centergaard to kick the semi-final off. Ekaterina Kuzmina. Not allowed to remove that red stone as it sits in the free guard zone. We'll have to come around. Of course, last couple of seasons we've moved to the 5-stone free guard zone. So not allowed to remove rocks out front early in the end. We play 8 ends minimum now that we've reached the playoff stage. 38 minutes of thinking time as usual for the teams, and 1 timeout as well. They can call it at any given point. facing Yellow Rock here. Would love to punch that through, and will do so. Russia with the round robin win. As I mentioned, they got the hammer and stones. But do they have a mental advantage as well coming into the game, having won?
Yeah, I think it was a round robin, and that is a stepping stone to get to the semi-final, and it is a new day, a new game, new competition if you like. But there's still that in your head, you did win the game yesterday between the two teams, so they'll be confident, because Sweden are not an easy team to beat. They're so consistent, so strong, clinical in their play, and for Russia to win that round robin game would give them a boost.
Agnes Knockenhauer for Sweden, as we see Eve Muirhead of Scotland as well. He's playing next door, taking on Switzerland. Will be harder for the teams not to have a peek next door throughout this game. Galina Hasenkina, the low rider. It's really low to the ice surface. A great hitter. But of course, on this occasion, rolling out.
Yeah, so it gives Sweden the opportunity to come round this guard. It is fairly high, so they don't want to bring this too deep. Mistake by Russia, rolling out, allowing Sweden to come around the guard, as you say, and maybe force a score in this end. Would love to see Russia score just a single point so they can get the last one advantage back. Try and score a 2 in the second end. You can see the really nice curl and finish on the ice here. It's been like that all week. Kalotka weight. And I think you know what that means by now, Rona? I do. You educated me yesterday. It is a hack weight.
So just enough to punch this redstone through. Because when you bring the weight down, you get more curl, and you can really wrap around the guard and get to stones. But this one just not curling enough, so either had to be tighter on that guard or had to throw even less weight to get the bend. That one sticks around, so Sweden looking really good for a force here.
Yeah, there's a really nice curl in the ice on both hands. So it makes for exciting curling when you can come round with these delicate weight shots and get nice rolls behind cover.
Sara McManus, third for Sweden. It is weight sensitive though, so if you play just a bit too much weight, you won't curl as much as you're hoping for, and that's probably just what happened. That's a big sweep to bring this onto the rings to I2. Will Russia change gears, or is it a bit too early still?
We're on to third players. They could come right around both those guards on the outturn and bury behind. But maybe Russia feel they can still blank this end.
Maria Komarova, only 21 years old.
This is really pulling.
Probably the tolerance there though.
Yeah, better catching the guard than flashing past everything. So the chance for Russia to blank is getting thinner and thinner. Sweden can lie 3 now.
Bak 4! Plats! Bak 4! Plats! Vänta! Den är bra snart! Försöker nu! Alltid Fia, den går nu! Bak, lycka till! Perfekt Livet! Topp 4 nu! Ja! Alltid Fia, ja!
Trying to pull it as far as they can. Really nice shot.
They won the Olympic Games last year in Pyeongchang. Might have been earlier than they were expecting. Not playing with this exact foursome for too long. But it just worked. And they've won a lot. Reigning European champions.
So jam on the back. Wants to lift 2 out there. Try and keep the blank alive.
You take a look next door, Scotland, Switzerland. Fairly open first end here.
Yeah, Switzerland with the hammer. Facing 1 Scottish counter. No guards in play. So a fairly straightforward blank here. Lena Pats throwing last stones. Trying to hold it. Oh, and just throws out. So the blank is achieved.
No score next door. Or more likely to have a score in our game. Sweden lying 2. The first proper look at team skip for Sweden, Anna Helsingborg. Already a household name in curling. Comes in top 12.
Having a look at the triple.
Yes, Silly! Bra!
I think just saying, wanting to catch his hair on the high side. Maybe get the triple here, Alina Kovaleva. That big extension at the end. It's always good for extra weight, but sometimes might be a bit inaccurate with it. Just set that one back. And you're not going to get much curl throwing that kind of weight.
Nej, precis. Så det där är ju max då. Ja, halv in är bra. Bajta. Halva in är bra, ja.
So, taking a look again here. Keeping it pretty much at a 12 o'clock position there.
And because her elbow's dipped, when she extends as far as that, there is more movement through her arm, which, as you say, leads to that slight inaccuracy on the brush.
Be a good tool. Helsingborg here, definitely one of the players to use that extension well for the extra weight. And she was asked to give some piece of advice to young curlers. She said, go out there and practice throwing really, really hard shots over and over again. Just to take a look at her delivery as well. See the handle again, just kind of like at a 12 o'clock position, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of players might pull that at a 10 o'clock and release at 12.
Yeah. Anna starts with her straight and then puts it on, so there's more wrist movement in her release, putting on the handle.
Either way, it's about just doing the same time and time again.
There's no right and no wrong. It's just getting the most consistent delivery.
Last stone, first end. It didn't pan out the way Russia were hoping. Drawing against 3. Sweeper's not really touching it, but Kuzmina staying close. So certainly must be in the ballpark here. Does just hang on, back 4. It will be 1 for Russia. So we do get a score in this first end. The Russians will lead Sweden by 1 after 1.
Absolut. Jag tycker ändå din...
Это 13:36 был.
13:44, да. Да. Он, если добавляется, он прям включает. Можно 4 фото видеть? Линия отличная. Линия побольше. Чуть больше, линия супер. 4 фута. Линия супер. Линия супер, сделал цвет. Давай, давай, делаем вес. Вес есть. 4 фута. Да.
Sweden play Russia in this women's semi-final. Sofia Malbergs looking to put up the corner guard.
And I think today Sweden need to be in a disciplined mode where you talked yesterday, Xander, about the analysis of them scoring multiple with the hammer and forcing ones. Well, they started the game forcing the one. And it's just being patient, trying to score the multiples with the hammer. They've done it so well all week.
Statistically speaking, they've been the best team with last stone and also best team forcing ends. And so far they've forced the single point in the first end on Russia. And now they look to score 2.
Take the 2, force a 1, and then the hammer's turned around.
Ja. 11 va? Spela lösare. Okej att kalla till chappen.
You see the coach's bench. Johanna Heldin, the alternate on the left.
11, bra fart.
Wayne Middahl, a 3-time world champion for Canada. And on his left, Maria Prytz, Olympic silver medalist for Sweden. We'll hit and roll in. It gets pretty cozy on the coach's bench. Irina Kolesnikova, coach for Team Russia. Any banter between coaches or?
Yeah, there always is. Some comments made between coaches at certain points in the game. It is a very friendly sport. Great rivalry, but also it is a friendly place to sit up on the bench.
Spelar ingen roll. Jag tror lite mer kall så. Jag kan gilla utifrån också. Ja.
They'll shake hands like the players to say good game, and they'll shake hands after the game as well. Very sportsmanlike.
Gets one yellow and quite happy to push the second yellow away from the center.
Yeah, get play out to the wings.
Очень, Катя, очень. Дай до конца. Давай, 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 Катя, очень надо, до конца, до самого. Ой. Okay.
A wee bounce off their own to keep momentum, and it does stay in the rings. But a nice pocket now for Sweden.
Bara vicka va? Ja.
You see the cameras on the coach's bench taking video footage, ready for debriefing after the game. Really nicely played. Magnus Knockenhauer.
Bort? Да. Да, свип! 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 Очень надо, свип! Свип! Дай до конца, девочки!
All over the corner guard here. So you don't mind wrecking on a corner guard when you're chasing a stone like that, but certainly nosing it and leaving the guard is not an option.
No, it's slightly less weight, and even caught the guard and rolled the shooter into the rings. But as you say, even just opening it up would be a bonus. This potentially could set up a 3 for Sweden if they can get another one buried round here. So, great draw there. Sarah McManus leaving Russia the run back.
Whoa! Внимание! Sweep! Whoa! Whoa! Нет, нет, он вывалился.
Looking to be in the high side.
Okay.
Needed to be in the nose there. So a few errors from the upweight shots from Russia, and Sweden can really capitalise here.
Den går rakt, våga eka tjejer. Jag tycker den kallar. Kolla upp. Linje precis. Kolla upp. Bra linje. En ren kommer nära. Jenny nu. Det går bra. Bra.
We'll split the rings.
Yeah, great stone placement.
Bra spelare. Ja, absolut. Да. Там с потерей шутера или... Нет.
Russia will try and remove 2.
Вставлением. Там почти стеем можно попасть.
Я ролл, да?
Да, надо будет ролл тереть. Ой, какая ковер валяется. Meine sweep! Wow! Sweep! Da! Wow! Sweep! Wow! Da! Geiler roll!
Really good shot by Kovaleva. Makes the double and rolls the shooter onto the button. They'll be hoping for a chance at a second double.
Sweden will hope to head and roll over. Quite a bit of separation between their two counters.
Jag tror att jag är okej på 10,5 också för den här isen. Jag tror också det. Sa du fram? Ja, vilken? Ja. Åt diket. Ja. Jag kanske tar, det ser mycket ut härifrån. 10? Ja. Bra fart, 10! Wow! Ren! 10! Wow! Försiktigt! Vänta! Vänta upp! På köpet nu! Jobba på köpet! Det är bra, Anna.
So just on the nose.
Don't think a double is possible here for Russia. Might try and hit and roll in behind the other red, make it a bit harder for Sweden to score their two.
Ну да, где-то на 10.
Внимание! Свип! Wow! 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 Свип!
And it's worth going for the roll here. Won't roll very far, so pretty much the same shot for Sweden. Nose hit for two. Last stone, second end.
Ren! Samma fart! Tung ren! Japp! Samma fart! Japp! Hårt! Japp! Hårt Fia! Det rör sig! Håll den!
Looks pretty good here for Sweden. 2 points on the board. The game plan is working so far. Through two ends, we lead Russia 2-1 after 2 ends of play here in Helsingborg.
Men alltså, det händer ingenting på en mjuk dubbel.
Nej, jag tänkte att det skulle kunna bli så, för vi kommer över kvällen också. Men då tänkte jag, då flyttar vi i alla fall dit. Så jag tänkte, det är viktigt att vara kvar igår. Kommer öppna. Det känns okej. Nej, bra linje. Kommer. Ja, ligger haken nära.
Bra fart, hake.
Lite rakare den här om något. Haken nära. Lite rakare den här. Okej, kolla upp så längre ut för mig. Känns bra.
Borde ha lite mer liv i sig den här.
Ligger haken nära.
Aggan sten.
Härligt Fia.
Snyggt. Ja.
Sen gjorde
We're in Helsingborg for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Sweden play Russia. One of two semi-finals.
Внимательно, 26. Близко, очень, 26,5. Линия отличная. Щетка, чуть выше. Щетка супер будет. Линия отличная. Хорош. Умница.
Here is the other semi, Scotland, Switzerland. The Swiss scoring one in the second end. Not what they were trying to do, I think.
No, Switzerland were going for the blank. Elena Petz was tight and ended up nosing it. So a good force of one by Scotland.
Just over curls a tad.
Маш, колодка, бэк! Да, линия очень. Да, девочки, линия очень. Давай, 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 давай! Да, 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 да! Воу, воу, воу!
Over curl here. Crash on the center guard. Just caught him between the two shots there. Either needed to get past or actually curl a tad more. Should have stopped sweeping earlier, but
yeah,
tough to call sometimes.
It is, because you think, okay, we can get this past, just keep sweeping, and then when it just rubs, it's so infuriating. Well, it's making that right call at the right time.
And that's why it's so important for the sweepers to give the right weight to the skip. Let them know how heavy it is, so the skip can make that calculation for line.
Yeah, really good guard there. Russia know that they need the centre open.
Here comes the Helsingborg Express. I've not been missing those tight today, Team Russia.
No, they all throw pretty big weight. Either over icing or just playing them out a bit. There's no movement with that weight. Really good stone placement from Sweden again. This time Russia will go for the higher guard, try and lift a double. Argentina really holds the back of the handle of the stone, and it's like a laser.
Quite precise with it here.
that opens things up for Russia.
Lite mer plats, försiktigt om ni kan. Försiktigt.
Hake!
Mycket mer plats.
Ser ut att vara där. Knappt hake!
Okej.
Det känns som att
Agnes, du behöver gå i så fall.
Hake!
Ja, gå Agnes! Ja, Agnes!
We peek next door, Scotland, Switzerland. This is another blank attempt, third in a row in the game.
Yeah, not been many stones in play at all in that game so far. But Eve Muirhead with a blank attempt.
Switzerland blanked the first, missed the blank in second. Scotland will not make the same mistake here in the third, so the score still 1 for Swiss. No points for the Scots.
Sweden's guard didn't cover the shot. Mistake from Russia, catching the guard. Sweden's doing right on the button. They can just keep guarding. They would love to force another one here.
You can see that goes back to the lead rocks. Sophia I'm all about putting that stone there, getting the guard in place, and one mistake from Katarina Kuzmina. And Sweden just keeps guarding this. Russia on the back foot the entire end.
Yep, and they've got the corner guard up, but they've just never had a chance to use it.
Yeah, they could come around the corner, but the two rocks on the center line, Sweden puts another one there. It's too much of a tidy up.
Yeah, and it's too much of a gamble at this stage in the game. They're only one down. You know, if they do get to blank the end, that would be a good result. And go into the next day and try again.
Able to see a sliver of this rock, so coming around with soft weight. Almost a replay of the start of the end. And this time not wrecking on the guard, is able to at least move that red stone off the forefoot, but not leaving their own yellows in play. Sweden have nothing to worry about. They can just keep drawing where they want to put their own rocks.
Yeah, it was like the first end when Russia just nicked Sweden's across the house, and Sweden got that second counter in, and we're always looking like the force. So same again here.
Så där är samma som Fia. Så låg garden lite högre upp.
Ja. Full 4 då. Säg det där. Vad har ni för den här?
Fia står 14.
Ja, det är ett bra spår. Samma som det andra.
Så typ 10, 20.
Ja, 10. 05, 10.
Fin linje.
12.
Gå. Bra linje. Ser ut att ha den. Gå. Ni håller den väldigt bra. Ja, det är bra. Det är fortfarande bra. Om ni kan så byt. Byt om ni kan. Gå. Nej, gå bara.
Fixar du.
Gå, Fia, dra den. Gå. Ni har den. Dra den. Gå. Perfekt. Gå.
Really nice come around there from Anna Hasselberg. Forces Russia to go for the run back.
Very quite the same as the first end, just mirrored. Kovaleva trying a triple on her first.
Yeah, really important to try and run this back, get that one off the forefoot. Give her a chance with her last.
Goes here. Oh, really unlucky. Runs it straight back and just stuffs it in behind cover. Those are tough when you try to make them. When you try to run your own rocks in. So typical when you run an opposition rock back and it stays right there with that kind of weight.
Yeah, I didn't even open it up a millimetre, just bang on the nose.
So they have about a foot more to work with on the forefoot for the draw.
Yeah, it's slightly higher up now.
If anything. That is a yellow guard, but I have a sneaking suspicion Sweden might guard the guard, so to speak, and leave the button draw.
They could even bring another one right round and go for the raise. They could jam again.
But they could. Not sure what the call was in the end here. Yeah, they're coming around.
Yeah, they could block the draw on the other side and say, well, there you go for the raise, but this is really piling the pressure on now. Great shot.
Yeah, Russia's always playing the draw, so might as well come in.
But psychologically, when you're facing three, you know, Sweden asking the question here. Kovaleva managed to do it at the first end, but asking the question yet again.
Чуть побольше поставь.
Я точно не помню, как они возили, но мне кажется, что это было типа 13,90.
Ага. Да, ну с этой стороны.
Но мы стоим чуть пошире. Я думаю, что 13,50, наверное, около того надо кидать.
He was drawing against three in the first end as well, made it beautiful. Slightly more pressure this time. The Reds are a bit closer to the centre of the house, less room to work with. You missed by a bit. Steal one, you missed by a bit more, steal two.
The line's good, it's all about the weight.
I need this one to settle down. It will slide a bit deep and too far. How far? Definitely one for Sweden. Is it two? I think it just hangs on for second shot.
100, I think.
Magnus
Yeah, 100.
having a second look. It will be one red, one steal for Sweden. Put the pressure on again. A stolen point here in the third. They lead Russia by 2.
13,70 было бы, но 13,50 было бы нормально. 13,70, да.
Да, 14,50, прям так тянусь хорошо, мне кажется.
Ладно, давайте, девочки, пожалуйста, Маш, просыпайся как-то, не знаю, взбодрись, иди кока-колы попей, что-нибудь сделай.
Я так закрываю, или что-нибудь так камни давай?
Да ты каждый раз по-разному делаешь.
Bra linje! En spak 4, 10 bak 4. Bra tjej! Jättefin linje! 8. Perfekt linje! Bra linje! 4.
Fin fart!
Den är bra om den är där! Fin linje!
Ja, jag med.
Bra, härligt Fia! Det är bra. Маша, первая. Нельзя пока. Всегда первая, если надо. 25. Внимательно, девочки. Внимательно, вес. Хорошо тянется очень. Хорош, молодец.
Rocking the forefit, corner guard, Sofia Malbergs.
Samma linje.
Looking to put on the
Okej, bra linje.
center guard. This might be
Nära nu.
kind of a deal.
Okej, håll i den lite, Agnes. Nära. Perfekt linje. Hake nära. Bara ren. Ligger nära.
At least that was the first call by the sweepers, but
Perfekt linje på nära. Behöver sitta bara.
of course this one will sit in time for a guard. After all, it is Sofia Malbergs throwing it.
Yeah, great lead setup from Sofia Malbergs.
Backline.
Внимание.
Wow, wow, wow.
Легче.
Wow, садиться.
Wow, вообще ничего не внимание. Да, свип.
10 за.
Wow, wow, wow.
Пошли фриз.
Wow. Да не надо ничего.
Может, ближний уже.
And it just nick off in behind the corner guard.
Better tolerance this time though.
Yes.
Keeps the shooter in the house for Sweden to deal with. Even
Yeah.
though it's in the open and they didn't move the center guard too far, at least Sweden can't just throw another guard at this and have Russia start double peeling.
9. Wow. 9.
Säker.
Var nära då. Aldrig. Nej. 9-3. Kolla. Japp. Wow.
That works out okay for Sweden.
Yeah, we'll put a better one behind the guard now.
Det är bra, ja.
Бортиком.
Great shot.
Давай колодкой.
Колодка?
Да. Меня не особо валил. Но я сделала, не знаю, что прям супер мягко.
У тебя такой же запас был?
He's throwing a hackish weight here. Seems to be bringing their weight down in order to hold the shooter.
Да, линия свип.
Backline! Sweep!
Да, линия свип.
Sweep! Очень!
Да.
Which they do, but leaves it as a guard.
Ладно, нормально.
It's interesting looking at Arsenkina's release. She holds the handle so far at the end that it must be very difficult to judge the weight
Alternativ tillbaka.
just by having
Var
such a little amount of the handle in your hand.
Well, you see that, but
Det känns bara segt att rulla hit eftersom de
she
har
already
vilken
has a
hit
gold
då.
medal at the Europeans, playing
Andra alltså.
second for Victoria Moiseva back in 2016
Så rullar man långt så du har dem i...
in your neck of the woods.
Jag tror att det går här då.
Yes, in Glasgow.
Ja, helt okej. Den här kommer dit alltså. Ja.
Mycket framåt.
Bra linje.
Håll just nu.
We'll get the timer for
Håll
this
igång den lite. Japp.
throw
Lite tight.
between the two hog lines
Håll nära.
and give us an indication of the
Okej, fart. Japp.
weight. Throwing a
Håll den.
seems to be a guard here. 14-9 will most likely pull up shy of the house.
Bra så. Bra spelat.
Doesn't fully cover it.
We do have Scotland, Switzerland playing next door.
Этот нормальный был.
Switzerland leading by 1 after 3 ends, 2 blanks on the scoreboard.
And Scotland are lying 1 at this end. Muirhead tried to come around behind the cover. Leaves it just about fully open.
Might just have another blank there. We'll see. Russia still struggling here. Just hangs on, back 12. Don't think Sweden will be too intimidated.
Ну, не доехала.
Mitt i hålet. Emellan. Hak emellan. Lite hak emellan. Alltså jag hade kunnat lira mig lite mer utåt.
Ja, jag tror jag behöver göra det.
Ja, jag tror hon har
Det är helt okej spår.
Hon har mer is än vad jag hade.
Absolut, jag tror det går okej.
Mellan! Haka mellan! Mellan!
Jättefin linje! Bra linje!
Mellan!
Fia!
Bara över!
Gå för över!
Meter!
Nej, inte Fia!
Meter!
Bra linje! Bamane! Ja! Dra
Ja!
den!
Bara det!
Ja! Vi behöver dra den! Jag måste gå! Japp, 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 japp!
Plugging a hole here, Sweden. Let's go live next door. Even your head in the hack. It does look like another blank attempt in this game.
It does. Russia hit the Scottish counter, rolled behind corner cover, but didn't fully bury. Even your head can see half the yellow stone. They're just trying to go for the blank here.
Right over curl here, Muirhead actually. Will not be able to roll all the way out, so 4 blank attempts in this game. Now 1 missed per team, meaning they both have 1 point. Very interesting game.
It's very even over there.
So neither team really going for it next door. Certainly Sweden going for it here.
Yep, the new 5-rock rule. It's unusual to see quite so many blank ends or blank attempts nowadays.
Sarah McManus with a beautiful draw in behind cover, still applying the pressure onto Russia. Every time Russia makes a half shot or a shot, Sweden does follow up.
However, this is a great opportunity for Russia to play the straight run back. Fly shot buried, guarded.
This is when you would love to stick the guard in behind cover. So over curls a bit, actually just taking out their own at the back.
Yeah, just too many half shots from Russia.
It's a debut for Maria Komarova at the Europeans. Played a lot of mixed doubles. Did represent Russia at the World Championship last year in that discipline.
Alltså det ligger sådär eller?
Ja, alltså egentligen gadda fick framför men inte lämna henne.
Nej.
Alltså bajta linan är lugnt.
Ja.
Bajta linan då! Ja.
Bra spår eller? Jättefint spår här.
Inte lika lätt som det jag drog sista.
Så 14-0 är det på 10-14.
So similar
Så lite tyngre på grund av curlen va?
setup here. Sweden,
Lite greppigare. Men det
team that's flying, they're guarding. Difference though. Not sure if there's a way in for the draw for Russia this time, like they've had both in the first and third end.
Håll i den lite!
Bra fart! Haken nära!
Håll i den lite! Hela vägen!
Yeah, certainly more guards in play, so it would make it more difficult.
Behöver sitta!
But Sweden have to play this guard,
Behöver sitta!
Haken nära!
Bara stanna, vi
not show Russia any of this shot stone.
Det är bra Anna.
Det är bra. Bra snack tjejer.
Nice guard. 2 rocks left for Russia.
Alina Kovaleva certainly having high degree of difficulty with her shots today.
Просто если мы гард заденем, то нам уже ничего не сделать будет.
Ну да.
Det känns som att det
Нет, думаю,
är
надо
lite
бить.
rostigare.
А если ты вот так вот ударишь, единица не пойдет вниз?
Gick som den skulle men den borde
Jag fick
Constant communication between the Swedish team, always feeding back at every shot.
Но это надо прям совсем тонко бить.
Ну вот в одну треть, наверное, надо попадать.
Ну зачем, если можно просто так пробить?
Сатурном? Да.
Looking to run the guard back.
Ему можно было бы еще достать, но да, он не виден, и если мы ошибемся, ну, чиркнем гард, то мы не раскроем ничего.
Как мы делаем?
Ну, вот так бьем.
And this is where Sweden won't mind this one, because running that guard back is red coming into red.
Could get all three going. Would have to be a millimeter perfect. Sets that one a bit back.
Нет, 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 нет.
Doesn't curl enough.
Okay.
So same situation. Will Sweden throw another guard, or will they consider coming in?
I think they put up the guard here. The only shots Russia can use right now are these yellows on the left-hand side, or the one over far right. But if Sweden put up a guard, not an easy draw in there. I'll probably have to use one of these yellows.
Har du samma i så ger det lite utåt eller?
Tog lite mer nu.
Vad sa du?
Vi tog lite mer nu.
Ja. Jag tänker om vi vill gå lite mer samma spår så skulle vi ju kunna att vi bara sätter den lite rakare om vi tycker det är lite.
Kan jobba med den på den här sen.
Ja. Jag tror det kommer sitta lite fartmässigt då.
Okej. Men spela samma eller lite hårdare. Eller bara samma och sätta dit det lite. Ja, exakt. Vad hade du på det? 20 och 20. Det var min känsla också. Ja. Vi ser till att vi inte lämnar hålet sen då någonstans där i linan.
Ja.
I linje.
Haka nära.
Bara i lite om du vill.
Nej, bra linje.
Bara om jag måste.
Nästan 12.
Bara om jag måste. Wow, vart är vi?
Nära.
Lite längre för.
Bra linje. Vi är väldigt nära. Bra linje. Bara er tjejer. Det är perfekt linje. Behöver inte dra den.
Väldigt nära.
Anna lite Agnes. Bara. Nej, ligger bra. Perfekt linje. Ligger bra.
Ah, lovely shot. So the draw path is there, but it's not overly easy.
Нам после прохода гарда нельзя будет меняться.
Валить?
Да, валить его точно нельзя будет. Нам после прохода гарда, скорее всего, даже надо будет его тереть, чтобы он там прошел.
Я думаю, что там вот по широкой как раз может прокатиться.
You're coming off the high guard, you need to take enough ice. Wait for it to get off the hill and then use the sweepers. Anticipating the draw.
This is when a very positive throw helps, because they will run straighter.
Yes. Line.
Yes! Да, линия отличная!
Линия только yes.
Wow!
Lots of rotation. So there'll be some running on this. Past the corner guard. Just about weight. Will it sit in time for Russia? I think it might do. McMahon trying to sweep it. It will sit in time. What a draw by Alina Kovalyeva. Wow. Impressive stuff. A third time she's had to do that in this game. Has made 2 out of 3. They trail Sweden by 1.
Гард, да.
Гарик? Можно.
Давай.
26 ведем. 26 ведем.
Линия отличная, 26 делать.
26.
25, нет?
Линия супер.
Надо вес. 26.
Линии чуть больше.
Надо вес.
Линия норма. Давали, наверное.
Давай, 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 давай.
Team Russia gets the fifth end going here in Helsingborg, Sweden, for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Pretty close game so far on the scoreboard. Russia did start the game with last on advantage. That now belongs to Sweden. They also have a 1-point lead. I think it's been pretty clear Sweden has been the better team so far through 4 ends of play.
Yeah, they definitely have. Their stone placement's been excellent. Really putting pressure on their opposition. Well, that looks like a nice wee goodie box.
16-0.
Sophie Sinclair for Scotland, certainly looking after her teammates.
Yeah, I've been a fifth man. I never did any.
I wouldn't
any
imagine. No, I couldn't imagine you cutting up the fruit.
Есть такой же.
Protein bar.
Такой же вес.
That's maybe why they're playing a quick game over there, to get to the fifth end break for their snacks.
Будет выше.
Хорош. Молодец.
So 2 center guards from Russia here, thinking they need to force the issue a bit. I think that might be the right approach. They haven't really put any pressure on Sweden so far, so maybe go for it. It hasn't been working too well with the hammer for Russia, so maybe stealing might be easier for them. It's weird how that is as a team. Doesn't matter which team, but some games it just doesn't seem like you're able to score with last stone. You get rid of it, and sometimes things work out better, just change in momentum.
And it's just getting that set up better. If you're going first, you can get your stones out there and make it difficult, force your opposition to make a mistake.
Yeah, because that's happened quite a bit in this game where Sweden had the set up, Russia have followed, made mistakes, and just been on the back foot. So a good draw in around here from Helsingborg. Good set it up for the Russians. Needs to bury. Will be fine being deep, just needs to get it behind the guards. They do.
So Agnes Knockenhauer going for the double clear. Shooter still hangs about. Does get rid of both yellows. It's quite a long red guard.
Scotland, Switzerland tied game.
Yep, and Scotland tried to bury around the centre guard. Really good attempt from Eve Muirhead. Switzerland can only see an edge of it. Enough for a blank, but it's also fairly tight to the guard. So Elena Pax trying to nick out the Scottish counter. This is looking tight. Can they hold it? Wow, well swept.
Another blank for Switzerland. Tied game. Snack time.
Snack time. Maybe more guards in the second half.
Yeah, I wonder how coaches will react to the first 5 ends. Oh, knocking hour. Certainly enjoyed that one, the crowd. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, really good shot. Opens it all up for Sweden. Yeah, Sweden happy here. Probably take the 2 or the blank. Going into the 5th end break.
Alltså jag lirade med ganska hårt att jag låg på och satte den rakt fram.
Coming into the 6th end, one up with the hammers. Good position to be in.
Det går nog lite rakt om man poppar den.
Agnes var 6-4.
If they can get their 2, they'll take it.
Från huset mer. Ja. Ren. Wow, japp. Wow, japp. Nej. 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 Nära. Nej. Japp. Wow, wow. Japp. Nej.
Really close. Doesn't get the double. I think the shooter might have just hung on.
Okej, bra. Wow, wow, wow. Нет. Поднять! Внимание! Нет, поднять!
So the question, is that one biting? Both skips having a look at this.
I think it's on the rings, at least we didn't think so. They've had some players be in the wrong earlier in the week. So we might get a measure. 6-foot measure for that rock. See what Russia thinks.
Yeah, it definitely looks in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From here. Yeah, must be.
Рольчик делаем.
Он там прям точно висит?
Да. Я думаю, что... Ну, блин, да, вот такое.
Нет,
Да, не
лучше
сам
оставить
просто,
шутер.
Я думаю, что вторым
сделаем
дабл
над их камнем,
делать.
то он лучше будет?
Да.
Внимание, свип! Воу! Воу! Свип! Воу! Воу! Внимание, воу! Воу! Да!
Pretty good roll. Just wanted to roll 2 feet more though.
Jag gillar det dock. Tänker du dig en typ en 9 eller
Jag
lösare?
tänker typ 10 på det här, ja. Tror du? Ja. Jag tycker att vi har gått rakt när jag lirat.
Ja, absolut.
Hennes treans, den ska lite, tror jag bara när den curlade.
10, vicka långt.
Ja.
Ni kan se till, bara håller nära.
Men vi kan ju den här handen så.
Ja, jag gillar det.
Vicka långt alltså.
Ja.
Håller den här isen på en 10. Jag tror ändå att det ska gå rakt.
Ja, jag tror det är bra.
Jag tror ni kan hålla den.
Det tror jag också.
10-3 på Sara.
Så jag kan kicka det, jag tror det är 10.
Ja, det kan du.
Scotland and Switzerland, they're back onto the ice after half-time, so a bit ahead of our game.
And to catch this inside to hold the shooter. Just caught it too thin.
Fin fart, 10-0.
Supers tried to hold it.
Jag tycker det är bra.
Det ska ändå vara ganska nära.
So this game, picking up the vibes of the blank ends from next door. They want to join in too. Have a blank.
Воу, поднять вообще нет.
Наверное, да.
And that rolls out of play.
Мне кажется, сильнее 10
So Sweden quite happy.
På linan? Ja, linan.
1 up. With the hammer, going to start 6.
Just putting the broom on the center line, throwing this rock through. Still focused, wanting to see the curl. Pick up some information for later in the game. They might have to throw that spot again. Blank end here. Sweden will lead Russia by a single point as the teams head in for half-time break.
Jag ville bara upp och brösta alla.
Varför gjorde du inte det?
Jag borde inte.
Ja, det borde du. Nästa gång.
Så bara, nej.
Take a look back, first end. Sweden piling on the pressure. Alina Kovaleva having to draw the forfeit for 1. Will sit in time. A great shot under pressure. After getting the force in the first, Sweden's Anna Helsingborg with a chance to score 2. Will make that shot no problem. Game plan successful so far for the Swedes. Getting a steal in the third. We move to the fourth. Russia with last stone. Again, really tough draw. Through the port, past the Reds to sit in time for the single. It's made. Absolutely beautiful draw by Kovaleva. With a blank in the fifth, that is the score at the halftime break. 3-2 for Sweden over Russia. It is tied between Scotland and Switzerland in the other semi-final.
If they're shot. and leave you half out. I think you chase it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too.
That's not bad.
But
So
yeah, but if we're shot, start ripping guards.
yeah, if we're shot, yeah.
Yeah.
And if we can, and if they're fully buried, then
Same thing. Yeah. But it's not a bad time to. But like I say, I was just telling them when you guys were gone. Sarah, you got 5 ends to go. It's really important that you stick with your routines now. You don't start thinking ahead. You don't start thinking about the 7th end or the 8th end. You think about the 6th end and the 6th end only, and what you guys need to do to make shots.
Yeah.
You're making a ton of shots. It's pretty to watch. As a fan, it's pretty to watch.
It's nice to play.
Yeah. And your top 3 fans are sitting right behind the sheet, and we're just cheering.
Хочется после такого.
I think that's what we have to do, is just start enjoying it more.
Надо просто получить удовольствие, да, потому что мы выглядим такие опять зажатые. Да, нормально.
Okay? We can do this.
Yeah, where's the sound?
Okay, so let's relax.
Take a look at the stats here. Sweden throwing 93% to Russia's 60. There's been just a lot of half shots for Russia, and of course, you make half a shot, you get 50% for it. So it's been a lot of that throughout. Sweden been pretty clinical. They will have the hammer and a 1-point lead when the teams make it back onto the ice for the 6th end. Russia really need to step up their game. But it's still close, just 1 point behind for the Russians. But they do need a momentum swing.
Mellan! Bra linje, perfekt! Där! Wow! Där! Gallermål!
Ой, мне кажется, не надо, Галя, я добавила очень сильно. Очень сильно добавила. Начало нельзя.
Нельзя дом! Только не дом!
Мне кажется,
Только не дом! Стой!
выглядит дом.
You are watching the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. We're in Helsingborg, Sweden. It's semi-final afternoon. 2 games on the ice. Our eyes on the 2 versus 3 game. Next door, Scotland plays Switzerland, and the 1 versus 4. And of course, the winners of these 2 games will play for gold.
Bra, Sandel då. Här, är det fria snoppar?
Katarina Kuzmina.
Совсем чуть-чуть. Линия отличная, 23 сделать. Только ход. Пока чуть больше линии.
Не, ниже,
Нет, ничего, подождите. Как можно выше оставить.
Маш, надо будет, да, свип?
Чуть-чуть.
Да, еще чуть-чуть.
So, seeing the same tactic from the Russians. 2 center guards trying to put some pressure on Sweden. Almost worked in the 5th end. Just 1 cracking shot from Nockenhauer. That killed everything. 98% so far through 5 ends of play for Sofia Malbergs. Not a bad lead to help you into battle with Rona.
Definitely. If that's who's setting up your ends, you're going to be in good shape.
And I really think that's been a key for Sweden in this game, where Sofia's made all her shots. They've had a couple of mistakes at lead position for Russia, and yeah, just been on the back foot in a lot of the ends, especially with the last stone.
Yeah, Kovaleva, the skip, has had to bail out our team on quite a few occasions already. They just haven't had the chance to build anything up. They've been chasing.
Also, I think not making enough shots. So when you have a lead making one half shot, a second making another half shot, the Swedes keep making all their shots perfect, of course. There's going to be trouble for the skip at the end. So far the setup really good in the sixth end here. 2 perfect guards. Looking to freeze the red, but this one's fully buried, so that works out.
Gillar ni den? Det är ganska trångt att få ut den där.
The last 2 ends is Russia haven't had the hammer, but they've actually had something going. But can Agnes Knockenhauer repeat the last end performance?
I think just clipping the top guard here. That's what they'll do.
Не, девочки, нет, захлопать близко. Пока чуть больше линии.
Нельзя. Вообще сам до конца.
Линии побольше.
6, 5.
4. 5, да.
Только Маша
половиной. 5. Просто 5. Маш, чуть-чуть возьми.
Да.
Молодец, Галь.
Just replacing the long guard. Argentina quite happy with that one.
Ja. Eller.
Marginal, vad tar den över?
Så vilka corner då?
Ja. Sätter vi den här då.
Ja, precis. Min bajtar dina.
Ja.
Ren! Ja! Wow! Nej!
Nej.
Bra start, Agnes. Bra Sten. Bra spel.
Jävlar, nu bara back hög.
Ja. Jättebra start.
Bra. Dragan.
Knockenhauer just removing that top guard.
Ja, alltså.
Bra.
Vet inte riktigt. Alltså, jag tänkte gaddra ganska evigt.
Nej. Четвертый.
Легче. Главное подход.
Линии чуть больше пока.
Пятый пока.
Хок есть. Воу.
Хок.
Так хок надо.
Хок есть.
Воу.
Hawk есть.
Scotland, Sweden. Switzerland, rather.
Yeah, another blank end there at the sixth. A good freeze from Switzerland with Elena Patz first. But a chip out by Muirhead and then a blank end.
Very peculiar game going on there.
It is. Both these teams have really had a lot of stones in play this week.
Yeah, usually Tirinzoni, Elena Petz, and Muirhead, not players running scared.
No, it's very strange.
It's like a standoff.
Well, there's only 4 ends to go, so one of them is going to have to start making a move if they want to win the game.
It's like the Wild Wild West. Just waiting for someone to draw. Some abysmal numbers for Komarova. Having a tough first half. There's only one way.
And that's up.
Yep.
Yeah, she played a good guard here.
It's a slight angle. We'll see if Sweden wants to take on a double this time.
Kan man klippa den nedre, bara tunt? Våren är nästan gaddad nu av deras.
Det känns som att vi sätter den där.
Ja, kommer den?
Fundera fortfarande på den där, ja. Men kommer de runt här då är vi ganska inlåsta.
Jag tänker just
nu kommer inte den komma i spel.
Bara klipper den över igen.
Ja.
Sweden do lie short, so Russia are going to have to come in at some point and make a play on it.
Alltså det gillar inte den nedre ändå, även om vi river den nere.
Typ inte.
För den här gadden är våran just nu.
Kan man klippa den ner? Då kan man typ göra den, sätta den tappen. Kom ner snabbt istället och kolla Sara. Vill vi ta timer?
Calling down her team.
And they'll call a timeout.
Yeah, feeling like this is a key end.
Men alltså vad är det de har då? De har ju runda här. Då har
jag
ju
är
vi
inne på
alltid
att
någonting
de
på den
kommer
här.
att försöka gå på den
Den här kommer
här.
aldrig gå att spela.
It is a key part in the game because Sweden are one up. They want to keep that advantage. They don't want to lose a one against the head here.
Kommer kunna ges. Alltså att de kommer att gå ner och göra
Jag
den
också
här.
in, det ser ut som att de visar
De vill göra den eller något.
Ja, vad gör vi då?
Fast
Kanske-
tjappar hon, då ligger
Då
det
måste
inte.
vi skjuta den.
Du skjuter för öppna
Och
för
då
ett.
kommer de gadda. Och då ligger den högt, så då kommer
Men
vi kunna dra
den här
fält.
kommer ju ligga där.
Nej men jag tänker de måste tjappa den.
Wayne Medall will join the team.
Då kan man ju bläsa.
Då kommer de
Så
gadda.
det här
så
har vi
drar
absolut
hela
utan att sätta
tiden.
ner den där om vi vill. Om vi skulle vilja.
If I could walk down and place it, I would dead freeze ours.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
if I could place it,
Hours.
Ours is great because she's probably going to play the tap off, and if it moves this around, you'll still be able to bump that back.
If we did this and they go here, what do I do?
They're not going around everything.
Yeah, around here.
around
They have
here,
pretty
you'll be-
much space to do it.
You'll be able to follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to follow it because there's not that much space. It will go in there, but still, or you just tap this and
Or
flip.
tap after it.
I just want to leave this for...
Yeah, the perfect shot.
Don't want to overcurl too much though.
So don't want to overcurl it because then we can't tap it. So
That's right.
just
Dead
here.
freeze.
Yeah.
Dead freeze right
Just a
on.
little bit high.
Yeah.
So rather touching and rolling instead.
Yeah,
of-
but
It's
or
fine.
hanging
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I like that
and
too.
it's
That's
if
what
if you move it 2-3 inches, the
It's
key
fine, yeah.
the key's on the nose.
Exactly.
On the
Yeah,
nose. The key's on the
That
nose.
was my first thought too. So
Love it. Good.
I like it.
Good call, skipper.
So
Tycker det är bra
Sweden
där.
Typ samma is egentligen som vi
don't want to
drog
be
här,
forced
så
here.
borde vi ha
You want to keep
marginal och vara lite
healing
hårdare
just the top
också.
guard.
Ja.
Russia might come and make a play on the red light
Jag
to
tror inte lite mer, vi hade mer på dig Anna.
Vi 14-3 sist Sara drog där när vi sopade den dit när den satt lite i slutet.
Ja,
so
jag
instead
tror
of
det är samma
corner
som
freezing
man
the yellow top 8,
Jag gillar den.
which would leave a stagger for Russia to come around, they're going to freeze their own redstone on the nose. So even then, if Russia does come around on the other hand, they might be able to make a play on those reds as it would be lined up towards the button.
Bra fart!
Fryser!
Jättefin idé!
Good time to switch gears for Sweden. do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Bra, lite ut!
It was good guard placement from Russia, but Sweden now need to just change the game plan here.
Släpp jag har hela.
So this one coming up a wee bit short.
Bra snack.
Sitter verkligen att fan.
Nu lirar den jättebra Sara. Satt massor.
Bra spel.
But if Russia do come right round to pass the top yellow, chances they may come back P and Hasselberg will be able to follow.
Jag såg ganska tydligt när den
Jag
kom
tyckte också, när
Jag
du
bara,
sa,
ni kan gå för
jag sa ja.
So although that red short is still very usable for Sweden.
Мы закидываем или цепим? Нет, мы закидываем за наш. Ага, окей. Главное полностью спрятать его. Да. Что еще раз? 4 за, отлично. Главное полностью спрятать. Не обязательно прям супер упрятаться, если он будет чуть-чуть открыт, ей тоже будет сложно сделать. Потому что ей нельзя наш чиркать сверху, который. Ну, там уже давно не катали.
13:40, 30.
Да, это так какое.
So Elena Kovaleva has played some outstanding draws today to save her team in the early end. We're looking for another one here. Come right around.
Just a bit wide, all the way coming down. Of course, when you're having to go full pedal for weight, kind of killed the line a bit as well.
Nästan ger det, exakt.
You just see the whole stone and no more.
kan gärna få ligga 2, det är
But
om
you
det är
certainly
om
don't
vi
want to
skulle
tickle that top
rulla över
yellow
millimeter. Och jag får
at the
aldrig
top of
toucha
the
den.
forefoot.
Den här, rullar ut en millimeter så hamnar den...
Nej, men om jag rullar dit,
Ja, precis.
då kan hon ju vara... Nej, jag gillar... Nej,
But also key not to leave here a hit and roll for Russia into the button.
Då får vi dra mot tvåan.
Och jag tycker att om vi ens vinner de banorna så tycker jag att vi bara kan
Klippa den då.
They're just peeling the yellow,
Gillar den här isen, Anna?
thinking it's too risky to keep the shooter around.
Hur
And
kommer det gå där, tror du?
I guess if it rolls too far,
Det ser
to my
rätt
second
frostigt
shot,
ut.
probably not scoring with it anyway, because I don't think you'll ever really be able to remove that yellow top
Om hon
8.
missar så får vi skjuta.
Not at this point in the end.
Men jag gillar det här också. Ja, absolut.
So they're just gonna peel it, lose the shooter, and tell Russia, well, you'll get the same draw again. Make a better one.
Yeah, and that's what they'll want the opportunity to do as well, though. Russia played it once. High numbers as well for Anna Hasselberg today. So can Kovaleva make it better? Bury round behind.
Sweden be happy to almost just score a single here to keep control of the even ends.
13.92 получился.
Yeah.
Ага. 13.75, Машка сказала. У нее был. 13.50, можно 4 за.
Да.
And they haven't done much wrong at this end at all. It's really good play from Russia.
Идет прям по широкой. Катя, надо будет.
Hanging wide again here, you see Kuzmina trying to carve it in.
Нет, нельзя.
And this one is just not going to end up anywhere close to in behind cover. I think
No, and
Sweden maybe
Sweden.
shot stone as well.
Yep, they do lie one.
Strange. Undercurled the first one and almost curled less on the second attempt.
Odds more running, and she needed that to get the bury, but it just didn't come unless she popped it just at.
You would have thought she would be making a correction there.
Vad hade ni på hennes?
13,5.
Ja.
Den var lite vidare än den förra.
Russia have controlled this whole end.
Jag tänker ändå att jag inte vill med stödet. Det känns som att den skulle kunna rinna på.
What an opportunity for Sweden
Men
now.
har stödet ändå i fartförändring. Vill ni ha lite mindre eller?
Kanske. Alltså,
Vi kan ta lite mindre, det ser mycket ut härifrån.
Jag tror också vi kan hålla den på linjen om vi skulle ha gå mot stödet.
Gillar du det där?
Ja.
Gillar du den? Anna? Behövs någon extra meter här då? Mot de lättare spåren.
Vad vill ni höra typ?
85? Ja. Gillar du det? 13,6, 13,7.
Det kommer inte hänga kvar på den här linjen va?
Tror inte det.
Full 4 då?
Ja.
Lite mer! Siktigt!
Gå mot ryggen! Bak 8! Bak 12! Mycket fart!
Ekar den hela vägen, ekar den för rygg.
So this one
Måste gå på ryggen.
high as well.
Inget träff just nu.
This one's not going to come at all.
Sweden also struggling in that spot, not getting enough curl. So just a single point for Sweden here in the sixth end. Good for the neutral fan. This game still wide open.
Bra spel.
Jag med. Nej. Ja. 10 sekunder.
Bakom där. Topp 4? Det är topp 4? Ja. 3 sekunder.
Den är där just nu.
4. 4.
Gå rakt. Alltid plats. Bra linje nu. Kommer mycket. Låt den inte sitta.
Fin linje.
Bra Fia. Snyggt.
Bra Olivia.
Sweden and Russia go again here. 7th end. Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. 4-2, the Swedes lead the Russians. Sweden being the better team in really every end of the first half. But in the 6th, Sweden, under a bit of pressure on Russia, still had the chance to score there too, the Swedes, after a couple of missed draws by Kovaleva. But a let-off for Russia, only conceding the single point, so they'll feel a bit more confident, I think, moving into the 7th end here.
Yeah, Kovaleva will be annoyed with her draw at the last end, but also relieved that Anna Hasselberg did the same thing.
And they played a much better end as well.
Yeah, the last two ends, Russia have set them up well, give themselves a chance.
Remember, Russia did beat Sweden in the last round-robin game. Just haven't quite been able to find that same play yet. As we see Scotland, Switzerland still tied 1 point each. Must be the lowest scoring game I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely. The new 5-rock 3-guard zone, it's quite incredible that every end has been blank. And not just through clearing what's in the house, there's no guards in play either. So 8th end, you would hope. Switzerland, they've got last stone over there, that they make a move to try and score two.
Well, they're putting up a corner guard there, so they're trying.
We're hopeful.
I just think if you play 10 ends of not really getting any stones in play and you lose, wouldn't it feel like you haven't even tried? And
yeah, absolutely. You've got to try to win the game. It's not just going to be handed to you.
So, as seemingly a psychological standoff next door continues, we'll see Roxon play here. Sweden trying to hit and roll in behind center guard, just rolls a bit too far and allow Russia to make a hit and roll towards their corner guard. Didn't really want to roll too far there.
Yeah, unlucky, it's just in the open. Allows Russia the opportunity to get a roll either way.
Whoa, yeah, mine is sweep. Yes.
Ends up rolling behind the center guard instead here, Russia.
Finns det finish här?
Vad sa du?
Har jag någon finish här?
Ja, det tror jag. Jag kan gilla att trycka igenom den.
Ja.
Jag med.
Säker hack.
Well, makes a hit. Or where that shooter rolls to might just benefit Russia, really. They'll come around the corner. And that red stone might provide some backing. Might be a catcher later on.
Больше, пока больше. Внимание, линия будет.
Лучше есть!
Да, линия можно.
Есть лучше.
Вес, внимательно!
Есть, нормальный вес.
Да. Оу.
Хорош.
Спасибо. Молодец.
De är skott.
Har du någonting? Nej. Ska jag runda centern?
Bara klippa den. Det är svårt att lägga två. Dalai ska försöka bredda. Då borde vi få den.
Ja.
Kan vi sätta vilken då?
Vad sa du?
Vi sitter inte ner i egen då.
Bara klippa garden.
Ja, när vi ska vicka sen tänkte jag.
Good draw from Russia. Sarah McManus going for the run back. Just going to split the guard off.
Я думаю, это так. Да, это. Мы везем Доти.
Да, Доти.
Ага.
Линия отличная, сделать вес. Линия очень прямо идет, девочки, очень прямо, внимательно. Просто Доти. Внимательно. Легче, особо.
So Russia just looking to split the house, keep it simple, Y2.
Nu har vi dubbeln där.
No easy double.
Jag tycker dubbeln är riktigt nice, ja.
Det är en tunn halv.
Gillar det.
Det ska inte sticka där då.
Nej.
Sweden just need to be a wee bit careful here, they don't plant the yellow onto the red.
Spelar mer framåt, den förra var mer ut.
Okej.
Tunn halv då.
Wow.
Nej. Nej, Eka.
And that's exactly what they did, but trying to get the shooter over. So close to being perfect. Curl a fraction more.
A real chance for Russia here.
Yeah, need to keep the shooter in play here.
Wow. Внимание. Wow. Das sweep. Wow. Das sweep.
They've dropped their weight a wee bit in the second half of this game, Russia, and it's being more effective for them. Managing to retain their shooter.
Чуть-чуть, может, выглядел послабее, нет?
Ligger lite över.
So now it's a must-make double for Sweden.
Vi har den ju på en tredjedel också. Ja.
Dubbeln, det rundar hon centern. Står vi där på vägen istället då.
It's a completely different end. Sarah McManus has curled a fraction more. They could have been line 2. As it is, they left a shot for Russia to lie 3. So the difference in an inch.
A lot of thrust coming out that hack. Big weight. Looks pretty good here. 1-2. 2 yellows go.
До последнего. Себя она в первых 4 сделала. Надо, короче, зайти. Все, что самый конец, все хорошо. Ну, там вроде более-менее катит.
Да.
enjoying a better start to the second half of this game, Russia. A chance to score 2 here. Really only needs to draw somewhere level on the wing. Just don't leave a double, and they will score their 2. But I think that might just be enough for Helsingborg. Enough of an angle.
Yep, she'll certainly be tempted. It's the same path she just came down.
Pretty flat. Pretty long. I think they're just playing the hit and roll in behind cover. Also very tough. It's a long roll. Maybe playing the odds here. If you're not, first of all, if you're not sure if the shot's there, there's no point in playing it. Might as well play the shot that you know is there, and maybe make this roll in behind the guard at least partially more often than the crosshouse double. Catching some curl here at the end, and we'll just roll a bit too far. Will it hang on for shot stone? It does. So not too bad there, because it does not leave Russia a lot of room to roll to.
No, they have to make the nose hit. It was a good attempt. Just over curled.
Last stone, 7th end. Chance for Russia to score their first deuce of the game. This one curling early for Kovaleva. It's really going. Will they be able to hold the shooter? No, they won't. And it's a big missed opportunity, as Russia only scores a single point here on the 7th end. A really good end by Russia, wasted on this last throw. Have to make those opportunities count. Sweden leads it 4-3.
Давай, Галь, пониже, 6-й надо. Давай, еще можно, еще. Хорош, молодец.
3 ends to go in this semi-final between Sweden and Russia. Of course, we could always have an X round. Pretty close game, but Sweden with the advantage. 1 point lead and last stone. Drawing to the wing.
Yep, both skips have missed an opportunity for their twos in the last 2 ends.
Solid numbers for Sofia Malbags. 96%. Outplaying Kuzmina, especially in the first half. Kuzmina really setting up the ends well after half-time. This time, the second throw might come up a bit deep. Do not want to gather these yellows. Leaves a bit of separation, but certainly not a lot. Sweden will be quite keen to make a double on those later on. For now, they sit in the free guard zone.
Kan vi frysa igen?
Ja, jag är också inne på det.
Känns som vi bara lägger oss i vägen. Samma fina.
Lite tajtare linje.
Ligger
Ner emot, liten dutt just nu.
Bra fart.
Liten dutt just nu.
Försiktigt då.
Liten dutt. Vi är precis igenom.
I figure the double is pretty makeable, but it might run a yellow straight back, so they're not coming around the guard. And yes, often you like to spread your stones around with last stone, but you don't want to draw the opposite wing here and have catchers on both sides, because they know they'll be peeling guards later on in the end, and they just want one empty corner to peel the guards down to. It's probably worth for Russia to go hard here. A steal would be really huge.
It would, but even a force of 1 is a pretty good result for Russia here.
Well, we have more rocks in play in this 8th end between Scotland and Switzerland than the first 7 ends combined.
Yeah, and a real girdle of stones round that 4-foot. Lena Pat's first stone didn't curl enough. Muirhead put up a guard. So Switzerland having to draw around everything to get to the 1 foot for a 1. Trying to hold the line. This is away. It's on the top 1. And it's a steal of 1 for Scotland.
First steal of the game, first intentional point of the game.
Although they're having a good look at it. Lauren claimed it was 1 red, but Savannah Taranzoni says we want a measure.
Not giving it up quite yet, the Swiss. So we'll wait for that measure and get back to you on if it was 1 for Scotland or for Switzerland. Incredibly, none of the points so far in that game has been scored on purpose.
Well, if it was a steal for Scotland, they'll be happy they did that on purpose. But
yeah, no, that's,
yeah, no.
This would be the first end where they meant to score. 2 missed blank attempts earlier in the game.
Well, they'll have plenty of time left on their clocks in that game, so the last 2 ends we hopefully might see a lot of stones in play.
Taking a look at the comparisons at second knocking hour, 95%. Looking for another peel here. Pretty good attempt there. Gets the main objective and is able to nudge the second yellow a bit further away from the center line. A steal, a 1 for Scotland, it is confirmed. That's a pretty huge end to steal as well in the 8th. Now control of the even ends, good force. Switzerland to a 1. Be tied coming home with last stone.
25!
Дай до конца! Дай до конца! Давай, 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 Катя, сделай, очень надо! Давай, 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 давай,
Maybe wishing they'd started to more funds in play earlier. They've only got 2 ends left.
Хорош, Маш.
Pärlen kommer ju här! Sarg!
Ganska högad också. Hur håller ni soparna just här inne?
Jag tror också det.
Kanske lite
Jag
extra
spelar
fart.
ut den lite, tror jag.
Är det det?
Säker sarg,
Där
sarg!
ren!
Säker sarg!
Ren! Ja!
Säker sarg!
Ja!
Sarg, fri fart!
Ja!
11,5!
Hårt! Wow!
11,5!
Nej!
Nej!
Upp, upp!
Ja!
Nära! Ja!
Ball through the hole. Onto the shot stone, rolls the shooter in behind cover. Sweden lying 3. Is it all or nothing now for the Russians?
Vad hade du för den här?
11-7.
Tryckte inte så mycket. 12 ändå i och för sig.
Что нравится, сюда или сюда?
Bra skippat, Anna.
Будет.
A couple of mistakes from Sara McManus, playing 75%, but Maria Komarova having a struggle through the first half of the game. Maybe some nerves, playing her first ever European Championships, and
Styrfota!
Пока много линии.
with that, of course, a first playoff game,
Линии прям очень много, девочки.
playing the home favourites on TV.
Кать, Кать, свипы до конца.
Only 21 years old.
Кать, свипы до конца, до самого. Давай, 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 давай.
Coming around the centre guard. Just the spot where Kovaleva undercurled 2 draws 2 ends ago. Maybe just not getting as much finish that way.
Jag spelar lite mer.
Need to take a bit less ice.
Samma fart! 11-0! 11-0! 11-0! Mer fart!
Mer fart!
Wanting to hit and roll away here, Sweden.
Go, go, go!
Doesn't roll too far. Just didn't want to stay underneath the center guard and allow Russia to come down and freeze. Actually, it's a pretty good spot for Sweden. Russia comes around the center on the button. They might even come off of that red.
Yeah, it's in a great position.
På den sista.
11-2.
Was important just to roll that wee bit away there.
Jag tycker att det spåret de har gått nu har blev ju 14-0.
Ja, men här innanför nu så tyckte jag att jag kickade.
Ja, men jag tänker deras dragningsspåret. Jag menar, om jag ska dra så tror jag att det går ganska lätt.
Небольшой ролл, маленький
Ну, такое.
центральный гард, да.
Чем нравится?
Could be a timeout situation here for Russia.
Туда тоже нравится.
Мне не нравится. А? Мне большой не нравится.
По центру нравится.
По центру нравится, но надо идеально делать.
Высоковатый просто.
Можно фриз привести с интурном. Да.
Но он дальше будет.
Мне кажется, нет смысла, да.
Всё, кроме одного.
Надо либо сюда, либо от этого.
Мне больше бит нравится все-таки. Не просто вести. Там просто вес чуть ниже от их невозможно пробить.
Если что, большой смотри.
We'll just make a call here.
Ролл делаем, если что, большой.
Ага. На 10.
Да.
I wonder what the coach might think. The right call. Hit and roll. Do you draw? It's not a pretty situation for Team Russia here.
О, поднять,
No.
поднять! Внимание! Воу!
Trying to get the perfect hit and roll.
Воу! Воу!
really good effort. Sweden will be able to see it.
Hard to fault Kovaleva too much for the scoreline. She's done pretty well just to keep Russia in the game. But one crucial mistake in the 7th, and the open hit to score 2. Could have been a tied game here.
Helsingborg failed her draw for 2 as well. And those for 2.
Helt okej spår, va? Deras dragningar gick
Get into the business end of the game, and there's a lot at stake here getting into the gold medal game.
Men de hade ändå 13-8 på 10
In the 9 round robin games Sweden played, they only ever gave up a multiple score 9 times. So they're hard to score 2s against. That's why that might have been a crucial mistake to miss that opportunity for Kovaleva. Well hit and roll away. This time the draw is the call.
Нам надо кусить 4 обязательно.
Если 6 до, тоже хорошо будет?
Да.
Полностью закрытый?
Да.
Как хорошо.
There's do or die now for Russia.
Wow.
They have to make this perfect.
Quite a few times they've undercurled coming down here, but this looking better for line. How's the weight? Don't really want to come too deep here. So fairly buried, but the deeper that draw is, the more room Sweden has to get some curl past the guard and try and fish this stone out. It might come the other way, through the port.
Så hade vi ju, så låg ju den där. Ja. Jag tror att jag hade precis bakom kåren, va?
Ja, exakt. Jag tror att vi är close på det.
Jag tror också att vi är close på det. Jag tog den ganska tidigt.
När jag såg dig sätta den isen, för vi hade lite insida på den här.
Ja,
det var ändå såhär, jag kommer väl att åka lite grann liksom. Alltså en nice.
Ska jag lira sarg eller?
Jag gillar det.
Ja.
Alltså en sarg, hacksarg. Det går att jobba bra på sopen här också.
Certainly looks easier on that side because it's poking out that side, but it's not an easy port to come through there.
Sarah McManus did. We see Switzerland, Scotland here. Are we going one more blank? I think we might do.
Ja, men då ska vi vara förbi en
Yeah, Switzerland have got Ross Stone here. So we'll remove the one stone and plate. Then Switzerland will look for a blank.
This could be for the game right here. By Helsingborg through the port, fish out the shot stone, could score 4 or 5. That would certainly clinch it and put Sweden in the gold medal game. Will it curl enough? Just past the guard. Will it curl enough to get to the yellow? Yes, it will, and sit to score 5. 5 points for Sweden, and that is game over. Russia took their chances in the 8th end. It was all or nothing. And that's how good it feels to make it to the final on home soil. 9-3 the final. And an emotional win in front of lots of home fans, family, friends. Taking a look at that shot again, out of hand. It sounded like it could have been on the corner, just curls in time, gets through, will hit and sit for 5. Who will stop Sweden? Could it be Scotland here or Switzerland? They are playing right next door in the other semi-final. The winner, of course, will play Sweden for gold. It was a last attempt at getting a forced end here by Muirhead, rolling behind a long centre guard. But it will sit in the open. Could have our 6th blank in this game. And the scores in the 2nd and 4th were missed blank attempts. 1 stolen point for Scotland in the 8th. Alina Petz with last rock here in the 9th. It will be another blank in this very peculiar game. 1 end to go. Scotland, Switzerland.
Like a double centre or not?
I don't mind that. Worked for us last time.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Okay. Double centre. Yep, double centre.
Travel a long way to
Okay.
do that. Right, let's do it.
Close. Tight! I think this line's coming down a wee bit.
Not curling yet. Line's real good. Lauren!
Lauren?
Lauren, yep! Lauren, you gotta go!
Weight's good. Yep, we're done. Yep, we can go.
Hard line! Go, go, go!
We joined Scotland and Switzerland in this women's semi-final at the Le Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019 in Helsingborg, Sweden. Our featured game between the Swedes and the Russians came to an end after Sweden scoring 5 in the 8th end to win, putting Sweden in the gold medal game, which means the winner of this game right here will play Sweden in the final. The loser to play for bronze against Russia.
Let's nail this. Top button, we've got this.
I'm Sander Olvang, joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie. As we see Victoria, or Vicky Wright, head lead for Scotland.
Line's good.
I must
Just
say,
wait, guys.
this
Top
has
four.
been
Six.
an odd game.
Line's perfect.
6
Just
blank
wait.
ends.
Where? Easy. 6.
Should have been 2 more
Better.
if they weren't for the 2 missed blank attempts. The only intentional point here was in the 8th, a steal by Scotland.
Yep.
Another blank
Good, good.
in
Whoa,
9th
whoa,
takes
whoa,
us to the
good.
10th. Switzerland with last stone here,
14.
looking to score 2.
It's coming down that here.
Very strange.
Yeah, it has
Bin
been.
ich gut?
Also was findet ihr gut dahinter?
Ja.
You know,
ja.
we saw in
Kann
our
man schon
game,
lernen.
Nicht Shot.
Aha.
Okay.
Sweden
Der
versus
bisschen
Russia,
Eckband
both
zwischen
teams
nach
really
vorne,
setting up
Kopfball.
opportunities and
Ja,
chances
Sandy,
to
gut.
score their twos.
Aber nur mal so T-Line.
D-line, ja.
Ja.
And yet here, with the new 5-rock rule, it's surprising that not one of the teams has even set up the opportunity to score 2.
Beweist. Er ist länger.
Ich will das Essen abwischen.
Esther. Esther, ja. Komm, dort, wo er hin muss. Ja,
Wanted 2 centre guards, Scotland.
genau. Fest, Esther.
But I think with the first one coming a bit halfway,
Ich glaube nicht mehr zu groß.
didn't want to group them, so
Gut gewischt, Esther. Gut, schön.
came around and Badabasat with a nice little tap up here, just getting that stone away from the centre line,
Yep.
opening up the scoring area.
Rolling to me. This is gradual the whole way here, Jen.
Okay.
Jennifer Dodds.
Touch firm. No then. Vicky.
Vic. He's, yep.
Go, go.
Hard, Vic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good. That's fine. You roll. That's perfect. Good. Heavy.
Sicher liegen bleiben. Ja. So, oder? Ja. Fort.
Fort. Ja. Gute Länge.
Nicht so viel Hand.
Ja, ein bisschen wenig Hand.
Esther Neunschwander.
Ist soft.
Ja.
Ist Sport. Fest.
Wow.
Oh. Über den.
Wow.
Alle.
Will make a nice hit and roll behind cover.
Leaving a corner.
Pretty makeable double, but as they just mentioned, they might leave the shooter, leave a corner guard.
Or we play kind of halfway.
Hoping if I miss it, they.
What do you think?
Loads of times.
Yeah.
It was a close game. And they played in the round robin. 9-8, a lot more points scored
It's,
that
it's
day.
either or.
Switzerland winning that game.
We hack weight would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like. We hack weight.
Behind centre.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
ideal.
I think if
And
I
then
played
they've
that,
got
if
to
I
move
played that
something
shot, the
here.
only question is what stone, because I've got my.
Moving.
Yeah. Would you want? Do you want to maybe leave that to later and leave a just a
Because you could
normal
play a
one?
hack weight and even
Okay,
catch the
you
top
play that
guard.
back, you've only got half a
Chip
stone.
and roll.
Time out.
Kind of maybe like
David
11.
How
Murdoch
much of this do we actually
will
see?
join the team.
I think about half. I think no more than half.
Okay. Okay. The other thing we could do is we just make the double and then she's round again and then, you know, we're either capping or chipping after that. It's just how difficult we think this
I'm
one
thinking
actually is.
if we do this, and I guess even if we do this, it's
That's what I
okay.
expect.
It's pretty similar. So if you think if you see enough, you think you can kill this, and we play the right weight that we don't roll out. She has to make a play in us. We're always going to have
We
something out
definitely
here.
can see enough to move
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's what
I think if you threw like a 12 would be nice.
Yeah, I think 11 and a
Yeah.
half,
I
12.
think 11 and a half to make sure you
Okay.
kill it, 'cause we're not had a lot.
We need to, like, but let's make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
11 and a
it's,
half.
if you make contact, it's going.
Yeah.
Because you've only that's because
Okay,
you've only
let's
got
go
half
12
of it,
then.
pushing
Let's-
it here.
So we're playing really for just getting the fourth here because it's not looking
Yeah.
super great for steal. eh?
Okay, so chip and roll.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Yeah.
And it's your curly stone, eh?
Yeah,
So I think
I like that.
that'll be good.
Dave Murdoch,
Yeah.
national
Because
coach,
even if I just cut the guard
came
and
down
open
for
it
the
and roll,
timeout.
that's still good.
Team coach is Nancy Smith.
You had one down here earlier in the game, Jen, second end, and it
Yeah.
was gradual.
Dave quite
Yeah,
happy
it's a wee
with
bit
this
further
call
out.
to go for the tap back.
Okay, I'll
If you
definitely not
don't
oversee
get the
this.
shot
I
in the
think it's going to be
house,
gradual the whole way.
catch the guard.
Esther's looked like it curled a wee bit at the end.
Yeah, it's going to move. Take your time.
really good shot by Jennifer Dodds. Makes the hit, but also makes the roll.
Yeah, fantastic shot.
Sometimes tough to make a good shot after a timeout as well. Sometimes takes the momentum out of it.
It's a really nice weight to keep the shooter. Really put the pressure on Switzerland now. Score 2 here, Switzerland. You heard Dave Murdoch saying, you know, if you force the one here, it's good. Because you're not good for a steal, but with that roll, it could be good for a steal.
Switzerland just playing a nice weight here. You know, no need to kill the red here. You have to score. Definitely can't blank this end.
No blanking allowed.
Just important to keep the shooter in a tricky spot for the Scots.
11 and a half or 12? 11 and a half.
It also gives Switzerland some backing that they can use.
11. Yeah, 11 and a half.
So Florida hits what she can see. It'll go through the hole.
Whoa! James! Martin. Close, clean! Vicky! Whoa! Yeah, whoa! No one. Great shot. That was 11.
Playing shots like this, you wonder why they've not wanted stones in play earlier on in the game.
Maybe they've just been playing so well, cancelling each other out.
Siste svømmelinje, 4-4.
Yep. 4-4 høyre, ja.
Yep.
I was busy watching Sweden-Russia, Rona.
Ik vind het half 10 minuten snel. 80er, vind ik goed. 80er? Half 10 minuten, ja.
Silvana Tiranzoni, skipping third for Switzerland. Won the World Juniors back in '99, and 20 years of almost. Joined forces with Alina Pets, and that has certainly been a successful recipe.
Yeah, and they were really excited to get to the final of the Europeans last year. You know, their first major event together, and they did play really, really well. Just light of weight there. That was a big mistake. Even if they come in and tap that back.
Edge of 8.
So advantage Scotland now.
14.
I'm going to give you the same weight, but it is coming down in here, so just
I
make
think
sure it's
14
there.
we can get it top 8, top 4.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I think we're 6,
It didn't
7.
feel heavy.
7.
It's not heavy.
6, 7. Line only.
No, weight only.
6, 7. Luke, 7.
Weight only.
7. Luke's heavy.
Right off if it's
They
heavy.
don't want to be back to here.
Right off if it's heavy, line's fine.
You want to just touch forefoot. Just
Right there.
touch.
Oh, there.
Whoa.
Oh, there.
Just touch
Whoa,
forefoot.
whoa,
Just
whoa for line.
Good.
Great.
Yeah, a bit of panic there that it was heavy, but it was perfectly placed.
Great shot.
You don't sweep unless Lawrence tells you to. That's for sure. Finds a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
See lots of Scots.
Yeah.
In the stands, lots of flags.
The family looking very worried.
Oh, that's a retro jacket.
Yes, Mr. Durno and his kilt.
Must have been the similar design Murdoch was wearing, winning the Worlds back in 08, was it? 09?
Yeah, those jackets were the in things, Ander, you know.
Let's let the squad.
We see erst snel.
Hinne 4. Melly.
In de 8.
Melly, ja. In 8. Feest, kom. Feest. Well, Esther.
Just trying to tap back and get a wee roll over.
Dat is goed. Hey.
Okay. Good. We don't want to nose, or do we?
You can pick it clean. Anywhere high.
Lots of
I think let's just ping that.
Yeah.
other players making it in.
Yeah.
See Team Belarus and Germans.
Pick it clean.
Swiss family looking very nervous.
The big cowbells. Can't have Switzerland go anywhere without cowbells.
Yeah, I like that.
They'll be hoping they're ringing them very shortly. Scotland will have other ideas here.
Clean. Just peel.
Even your head.
Whoa, clean.
Yes! Hard, James!
Whoa!
Yes! Hard! Yes! Hard!
Peels the yellow stone and leaves a whole heap of Scottish counters. Switzerland won't care.
Ja, finde ich gut.
Hinten Fries könnten wir auch noch, an dem hinten 8. Dann macht sie, ja. Nein, schon gut.
Finde ich gut, Patsy.
Ist gut.
Wie schnell?
10,5. Ja, ist gut. Ist das Minimum? Nein, ich finde
Halb
nicht. Treffen, oder? Okay.
Ja.
10,5. So, reinwicken ist nichts, sorry. Ich sehe ihn ganz. Wir haben genug Zeit. Ich habe das Timeout genommen.
Timeout called. Alina Pats changing her mind on the hat.
Ich glaube, es ist im Fall fast einfacher so. Ich sehe ihn gerade ganz. Okay. Da kennen wir die Linie besser. Ich glaube, einfach da kommt sie immer an. Hä? Ich glaube, da, auch wenn du perfekt wickst, kommt sie wahrscheinlich immer an. Ja.
So only game Switzerland lost in the round robin.
Ja, also wenn der nicht sympathisch ist, machen wir etwas anderes.
Scotland.
Dus dan kannst du auch gut bis da wicken und bis Schott und sie kommt nicht dran, oder?
What do you think is better, like inside roll?
No. I'd say throw a little bit of weight because you have a catcher here.
But if I need the catcher, I have to throw almost like an 8, right? Well, the catcher is like very flat.
Yeah.
The catcher is.
I know, but I mean, you still want to roll there. But I mean, I wouldn't. You have to roll.
Like 10.5, we were thinking the weight. What weight would you throw? Yeah.
I'd throw a little more than that.
Yeah. How?
Like what do you throw normally? 9.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd throw 9.5.
Okay.
No,
would you throw it faster?
Hey?
Would you throw it faster than that?
9.5.
9.5, but don't be 10.5. You know what I mean? If it's 9, we have a chance.
Okay.
Because when you tried Silvana earlier, you tried and when it went, you had no chance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make it.
Ja. Okay.
Also Juni. Ja.
Ja.
Da.
Gut.
Ja.
Einen haben wir wahrscheinlich den Jam, aber das macht nichts, gell? Wir rollen einfach 8.
Gut, Patsy.
Ja.
Ja.
So is the call to hit and roll in behind the corner?
Yeah, they can roll into the 8 foot and they can lie short, buried. But it's so important to keep the shooter here.
Ja.
Nooney. 9-second take out for Switzerland. There's a call just to try and roll into the side of the red stone behind the corners. I wonder. Needs to curl here. Neuenschwander trying her best to carve it in. Will roll, hit just underneath the red stone behind cover.
What did we get?
Yep.
And that went.
Did you think you gave yours a little running or not?
Yeah.
Not sure if they
I
ever
think it's
loved
the same as it's been.
But
the
that
call
was.
they were making there. Didn't seem so
I think you've given us pretty close.
determined.
I think it's as you give half in 4.
Half in the 4 foot. Okay.
Yeah, it was important to remove that one at the top of the 4 foot. I don't think you needed to play that much weight. You had to hold your shooter.
Give me an inch more.
Okay.
Yep.
So a real chance now for Eve to reduce this scoring zone for Switzerland. Scotland know at worst they've got an extra end.
Where do you put this? Polybird fighting the 1 foot.
Just 6. Hard line. No line.
No, I think 4 foot and
6. Yeah,
leave the button.
Line's good. Hard line.
Because if you come too far, you may show some of the stone.
Where? Wait, hard
Don't think we'll be too deep with this one here.
No, just top four is good.
Big sweep by Vicky Wright and Jennifer Dodds. Dodds almost running into Muirhead. She catching her breath. So leaves a lot of room here to score for the Swiss. I think they'll just play the draw.
En is weer fully 8 foot.
Het is vast vliegen niet wie doet. Als het is vliegen niet wie doet.
Goed, dus we zijn genau
Team
gleich.
Sweden hasn't left the building. They're quite curious to see who they'll play in the final. Alina Pets.
2 ends ago. She failed the draw
Ging nou recht goed.
and allowed a steal in this game.
Will need the draw to push this game into an extra end. Team Switzerland. Barbesat Neuenschwander on the sweep. Muirhead came up short. Will Alina Pets do the same? This one really digging. Needs to be past the red. Gets a little rub and a roll. Just enough for Switzerland. Oh, a little bit shaky there. But we'll bring this game into an extra end. The cowbells will keep ringing. Stay tuned for one more end of curling here in Helsingborg. Neuenschwander just doing enough.
They held it well. Yeah, they did.
Das ist gut. Ja, gut. 24. Ja. Mhm. Nicht mitgeben? 94. Nur schnell.
Schöner genug lang.
Eins,
Oh,
zwei.
weg, wenn er genug lang ist.
Finde ich weg, Esther.
Ja, Länge ist recht gut.
Muss auf Centerline.
Länge ist gut.
Länge ist sehr gut.
Recht gut.
Muss auf Centerline.
Nicht mehr machen.
Betsy, mach die parat.
Der ist dort.
Schön.
Gut.
Extra end action inside the Olympia rink here in Helsingborg, Sweden. It is one of the 2 semi-finals this afternoon. Sweden have beaten Russia,
13.
and they await the winner of this game to play for gold. Centre guard in place for Switzerland. They look to steal. Scotland will look to keep the centre line open. Vicky Wright with the tick shot here, trying to move that yellow off the centre. Will do that perfectly. A great start for Scotland.
Yeah, really nicely played.
Kürzer.
Ja, kürzer als vorhin.
Betsy, ist ein bisschen weiter aussen.
Melanie Barbesat
Ja, die ist dort.
can't do anything else
Betsy,
than
kannst du noch gleich?
replace the guard and hope for a mistake.
Von der Linie her, von der Länge her nicht.
Ich von der
Länge ist
Linie her
gut. Ja,
wirklich.
nehmen.
Go, go, go!
Sehr schön. Gut. Gut so. Schön, Melli.
I think just let her know it's smoother.
Yep.
Okay. Same way.
This is Eve's 12th European Championship. She has 2 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze. So
Whoa, yep!
pretty good medal collection already from the Europeans.
Played with quite a few different leagues
Yay! Fine!
through the years.
Go, share.
Maybe most notable with Claire Hamilton, Sarah Reid, Of course, Lauren Gray played lead as well, now moving up to third.
Nice, Vic.
Well sweet.
So dass sie ihn von innen müssen
Lauren
spielen,
was saying
wäre
to
gut, hä?
Vicky, I'm glad you're playing those ticks now, not me.
That's a completely different team from what Eve had when she picked up the first gold in 2011 in Moscow.
Ja, das Eis ist es. 1 bis 2.
That was Claire Hamilton, Vicky Adams and Anna Sloan. No, Vicky Chalmers.
Und nicht tiefer.
Okay, gut.
You know this path, Jen. It's going to run good for you.
Yep.
Jennifer Dodds, a part of the rebuild, the new team.
No, no, no.
As Muirhead
Clean.
looking to build a team
Clean. Good.
to not only win European championships but world championships and of course an Olympic gold medal,
Good, Jen.
which I think probably ranks highest for
Gut, ja.
at least most curlers.
Is het T-line?
Ja.
Yep, Eve has that world gold, European gold. She wants the Olympic gold to add to her collection.
Länge ist recht gut, die Line. Vor 8.
Voor het 12.
As you say, it's building this new team heading into Beijing.
Ja, fest, komm. Komm, komm. Komm jetzt, komm. Länge ist 12, 8. Fest, komm. Fest.
Okay, weiter.
Okay, sehr gut so.
Okay, gut gewischt.
Okay, Jen, this will move a curl.
Eve, this is mine, but I like that ice.
This will move a touch for you, Jen.
Clean. Clean. Yep.
Yep. Clean.
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 Nice throw. Good, Jen. Good sweep.
Aber eben mit 2 liegen oder mit einem. Das ist nicht so eine Rolle, oder? Nein, aber wenn sie das macht, dann gar nicht. Okay, oder? Also ich würde da. Okay. So? Ja, ist ein bisschen mehr als bei der Esther da, oder?
Ja, das ist gut.
And we're ranked 1 this week, Scotland ranked 4th.
Gut. Läuft recht schön da. Sind wir noch gut. 70, 80. Ja.
Versteck.
Ja.
But as we've said already, the round robin is a stepping stone to the playoffs. Once you're in the playoffs, it's a new competition.
Vor 8. Okay, Linie ist gut, hat viel Platz im Moment.
Schnell kurz.
Okay, könnt ihr nehmen, wenn ihr müsst. Platz habt ihr viel. Linie ist recht gut. Viel Platz. Esther. Ich bin nicht.
Making some mistakes on draws to there, Tinantoni.
Ja. Okay, Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut.
12 Fuß.
Fest.
Barely making it onto the house here. Fully buried.
I think I like the out turn.
I'm just going straight peel.
Straight peel.
Okay.
Okay, Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut.
12 Fuß.
Fest.
Okay, good.
Less handle on
Yep. No.
the throws from Tinantoni,
No.
especially when you compare it to Lauren Gray's
Nice throw.
rotations. Her rocks will run quite a bit straighter.
Gut, und da kann ich einfach noch von der, aber eben da. Wenn auf dem Feld. Das meine ich. Gleich fast eher in der Mitte, oder was? Nein, also ich meine, der kann es sich fast nicht leisten, oder? Ja. Also ich hätte ihn eher auf dieser Seite platziert, weil es ein neuer
Tough for the
Ort ist.
ladies
Wir
and
haben schon so viel gesehen.
losing semi-final position today. They don't have long to get over the loss and play a bronze medal game this evening.
Gut. Da in der Mitte hat es noch einen Dreckdeck bei den Holen.
Same for both teams.
It is. It's just really hard when you've lost that game, but you have to get yourselves back up again. because all these teams, their ultimate goal is that gold medal.
Zwei. Zwei ist gut, hä? Muss zwei sein. Schaut schnell. Zwei ist gut, hä? Muss zwei sein. Esther, wo? Warum bist du dort?
Dann ist gut.
Wo ist sie dort? Wo ist er genau? Bis bei dir.
Ein Stein tiefer
Ganz
als da.
oh. Ein bisschen tiefer. Gut.
Is this going to move at all, do you think?
No, not crazy.
Should be good.
Yep. 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 Clean. Yeah. Clean. 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 Good. Good, Lauren.
Lauren Gray peels the centre guard.
Really nice.
Perfect end of clearing from whole of Scotland. 3 players in front of Eve. They've opened it up for her.
I think I'd be pretty happy if I was Muirhead.
Definitely.
Ja, weil da ist einfach 100'000 Mal gespielt, 100'000 Mal gesehen. Weißt du, an einem Ort, was vielleicht irgendwie da nachher.
Also nochmal eine Guard jetzt?
Jetzt nochmal eine Guard. Und ich würde auch die Guard auf diese Seite spielen, weil auch erstens wegen ihrem Maul.
Ja.
Einfach
Also so richtig
Time
fest.
out for Switzerland.
hat tiefen gespielt.
Pierre
So
Charette
Außenfehler
will
finde ich gut.
make the walk to the away end.
Sogar noch ein bisschen weiter, oder nicht? Weil wir
Ja,
legen
nicht
den
wegen
nachher
dem
auf die
Kopf.
Seite.
Sicher über der Linie, müssen weiter über der Linie
Ja.
sein. So.
Dann muss ja das Peeling schießen und auch der Draw. Also,
I'm thinking full 12 center line.
but then she has to double, right?
No, well, where there's no double, like even if it's...
Well, she will just
You mean here?
go
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah, or
So
like
you do
peel
that.
it, yeah, sure.
You what?
And then?
But and then you want to face her too, right? Is that what you want?
But you want to
Yeah,
play
but
guard
we
first?
still have 2 rocks.
If the guard still have a chance to get it out, no?
But can we
Yeah.
not? She's going to peel that guard, then we're going to lie.
Okay, well,
Second one.
it's just if you have... It's because you have a chance, a better chance if you have if she misses in the middle, right?
So,
I'm still thinking about...
Yeah, but she's not going to miss in the middle, I think, because we have seen it 100 times. you know.
Okay, so what are you hoping if you put it there?
She has to.
Like just a broom away from the house.
I just don't want her to get this one too.
So where would you go?
I would go full 12 right
Here?
there. Right there, yeah.
Like
So
same height.
Where there's no double.
Yeah.
And if she noses it, we go around. If not, we put it right there again.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
good.
Finde ich gut. Ist mir gleich eins. Ich bin dran, oder?
Also schon, er muss aber schon ein bisschen da rüber, oder?
Ja, kannst du
your
mir
take
gleich
on
eins
this,
geben, Dina?
Rona?
Dina ist auch über die Linie gekommen.
Ja.
Ich kann der Mitte 8 geben.
Yeah, I can see what the team were saying. Put in one shot, Eve's going to peel it. Then they put a second counter in and she's facing 2. The only thing with putting it 12, if Eve noses, it gives you a guard to come around.
Bis 90, denke ich, ist gut.
But if you're Eve right now, you'll be delighted to be playing in the house.
What's the options?
Putting up a guard in the hope that it may jam.
Wir sind auch erst 3.
Linie wäre gut.
As I said,
Hey, fest dann. 12
the
ist gut.
centre guards,
Linie
Eve's
wäre
been
gut.
peeling really well, so put it off the centre line.
Fuß. Muss noch ein bisschen curlen. Sieht gut aus. Bis da. Fest! Fest! Fest, kommt! Fest! Ziehen! Wow.
Perfekt,
Sehr
Patsy.
schön.
Well, that's where they wanted to put it.
Yeah, just trying to force an error here that if Eve leaves it, then it's a guard for them to come around.
I can see the thinking
Willst du
though.
lecken? Oder sie lecken lassen?
Put up a guard. They will peel it.
A little
When it's in the
wedge.
house, it's sometimes just tempting to make sure you're actually catching the stone, and you might over curl. See it all the time. Peeling a rock in the house often leads to a nose hit.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Good. Easy. Oh.
Looks pretty safe here though. Peels it out.
Nice rope.
So you can either put it back to top 12, leave the draw, or you can put it maybe 8 foot on the tee line. If you wanted them to hit. Just an area where the 4 foot's open enough for the draw, but you might have her think about playing the hit. I think you put a top 12 here. He's drawing all day.
Yeah.
I think it's always good to have the opposition at least ask the question, draw or hit.
Yeah, definitely. You want to tempt them to have to think.
Yeah, put it in a place where there's only one option.
But after Vicky Wright played 2 perfect ticks, Eve knew that centre was going to be open. So all end she'll have been thinking, I'm going to be able to draw.
Well, they want your hand to draw. This is what they play. But she'll have the whole 8 foot.
Yeah, our team's played the perfect end for her to give her this opportunity. Switzerland can only watch.
Last stone, extra end, semi-final for Eve Muirhead to put Scotland in the gold medal game. We'll just need the 8 foot. Jennifer Dodds, Vicky Wright on the sweep, Lauren Gray in the head, guiding the stone in, and it's looking good. No trouble for Eve Muirhead. Team Scotland will be in the gold medal game. The final score. A very low-scoring game. Very interesting game, just tactically. Lots of blank ends. Neither team really forcing the issue too hard. Till the very last couple of ends. Scotland comes out on top. Switzerland will not be in a consecutive European final here. Lost the final last year to Sweden, the Swiss. They won't have chance at redemption. Instead, it will be Eve Muirhead making it back, looking for a 3rd gold medal. Some celebration for Scotland. They are in the final. Now it's all about finding time to relax and get ready for the big game. We take a look back at the other semi-final. Our featured game, it was Sweden, Russia. That came to an end after 8 ends of play. Sixth end. Russia putting a bit more pressure on Sweden after half time, but still allowing a shot to score 2 for Anna Helsingborg after under-curling a draw. Leaves it open for Helsingborg to come down to score 2, but heavy and wide. Only a single point for Sweden. In the 7th, again, Russia playing better. Kovaleva with the open hit to score 2. Just over curling, rolls out. Opportunity miss. In the 8th end, Russia giving it all or nothing. Lots of reds in the house for Sweden. Russia coming around the centre guard. Helsingborg chasing through the port. Just curling enough to get to the yellow. Sets for 5. Putting Sweden into the gold medal game with a final score 9-3. So there we have both the scores from semi-finals. It was Sweden-Russia, the 2 versus 3 game, and Scotland-Switzerland, the 1 versus 4. It will be Sweden and Scotland moving on. Russia and Switzerland will play for bronze, so everything's set. There's only 2 games left in this women's competition here in Helsingborg. Taking a look at the standings again and how the teams stacked up after the round robin. Switzerland, Russia, Sweden and Scotland really broke away from the rest of the pack, put themselves in the playoffs. No doubt we have the 4 best teams left playing for medals.
Anna, many congratulations. The first half of the game, you really put pressure onto Russia. She had to play some key draws in there.
Yeah, we came out firing from the start. I felt the whole week that we have this game in us. We haven't just put it out there, but we love the playoffs and we put it out today. So I'm very, very proud of the team's performance.
And going into the 8th end there, what was your goal? Did you just want to score?
Yeah, we knew they would going hard for the steal, so it was important for us to just be focused. And as we were lying, it could keep rocks in play, and we knew there was going to be a big shot for the end.
So your 4th European final. What would a second gold medal mean to you?
That would be amazing. I think the game we're playing today is the team that I love to play with, and we're having so much fun. So keep this momentum into the final. I think that's all we can do. This is, and we'll see how far it goes, but hopefully it will take us to the gold.
Well, many congratulations and best of luck in the final.
Anna Helsingborg will keep up her momentum, so shall we here in Helsingborg. Bring you more curling action. Just the medal games left to be played. Thanks. Stay tuned for more from the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019.